All right, we're here with another episode of El Paso Local Area Business Talk. We're here with attorney Robert Navar of the El Paso Traffic Ticket Firm. Attorney Robert Navar. How you doing, Robert?
Good, good. Thank you. Nice to see you again, David.
Same here, same here. Thanks, man. So, how's the ticket business going?
It's great. We're number one in the city, and I think that's a reason for it is we get a lot of repeat clients and a lot of referrals, and one of the things I strive myself on is making sure to provide the best legal defense that I can for my clients, and we get a lot of dismissals. So getting a lot of dismissals helps with the referrals, and it's been going very good, very strong.
Cool. Yeah, when I looked you up, I noticed how much further you guys have gone up on the rankings, and you guys are like a lot of things they say is the best traffic ticket lawyer. Go to him; he'll take care of you and stuff like that. So, you guys really have put on a really built your presence here in El Paso. So that's pretty cool.
And I think one of the things that helps is that unlike a lot of attorneys where you'll hire them to represent you, they oftentimes will have some other lawyer handle it
Mhm.
because they're so busy with their workload. They handle other cases.
Yeah.
My practice is focused 100% on traffic tickets. I attend all my court hearings personally because I don't feel comfortable having another lawyer who maybe is not as experienced as I am is going to miss things. And so I take great pride in making sure that I handle everything from the pleadings to actual appearing in court. I personally appear on all my clients' cases.
That's nice. That's good to know. So this is kind of just mostly what you do. So let me ask you a question. As a ticket lawyer, I'm going to come to you to your office or call you guys or hire online. I'm going to go ahead and hire you guys for my citation. What should I expect from that point on after I hire your firm?
Well, we we do all the paperwork. I make the court appearances, and one of the benefits of hiring my office is once you contact my office, we get all your information. You don't need to appear. You don't need to worry about it anymore at that point. Just kind of forget it. Trust that we're going to handle everything from doing the pretrial hearings to filing motions for discovery. Those discovery entail looking at video dash cam footage from the officer, body cam footage from the officer, reviewing the paperwork, the formal complaint, which is a charging instrument. I handle all that, so you don't need to worry about that. Let me take care of all that for you, getting all the discovery. We do all that. And normally the process takes about a couple of months. And that's just because the courts are so backed up that they have to stagger these cases. And sometimes there are delays, but trust that my office will get in touch with all the clients and keep them apprised of what the status of their case is. And we will stay on top of it, and we will let you know if there is any updates. If we need any information from the client, we'll contact them. But otherwise, just rest assured that I've got it handled from the point that you contact us and officially hire us. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to do anything unless you hear from our office. But otherwise, we will keep you updated when something significant happens in the case. But of course, my clients are always welcome to call to if they want to get any status updates. We're happy to provide that to the clients.
Oh, that sounds pretty convenient. One of the things I was going to ask you. So, what can I expect? Full dismissal, is that guaranteed? Like, what are some of the outcomes that happen
Well,
once we hire you?
as lawyers, we're prohibited ethically from the state bar from ever guaranteeing any outcome to our clients. But having said that, uh, the guarantee that I can make is that I will uh, give 100% of my attention to each and every one of my clients' cases. Like I said, a lot of lawyers have other areas of practice that they focus on. That's not the case with me. I dedicate 100% of my time to my clients' cases. And that I can guarantee to my clients is that I'm going to look at each and every one of your cases. I'm going to look for any violations of the law with regards to the complaints itself, the charging instruments. Oftentimes, you have people that don't spend a lot of time on them. The courts, the officers, they don't dedicate their time to it. I dedicate 100% of my time making sure that everything is accurate and complete. And if it's not, we're going to challenge them in court. So that guarantee I can give to my clients is that I will give 100% of my focus to each and every one of their cases. And we get a lot of dismissals because of my attention to every detail.
Okay. So dismissal is very likely, but not guaranteed.
Right.
What would it be another outcome like?
Well, another outcome is in the alternative, if I can't get your case dismissed, I'm going to make sure that it doesn't go on your permanent record. That's very important to me, is that I don't want a misdemeanor offense to prevent one of my clients from obtaining lawful employment. A lot of times, especially if you want to work for the government, you want to make sure that you have a clean, perfect record. I can guarantee you that I will make sure that if I can't win the case in court, the worst case scenario is that it'll be a situation to where the client may have to pay some court fees, may have to take a class, but it's not going to be on the record. The case will get dismissed.
Awesome. Well, that's pretty good. So you guys do traffic tickets. Do you do like all Class C misdemeanors or just traffic tickets?
We do all kinds of Class C misdemeanors. Just the other day, I had a case involving a disorderly conduct case. That's basically where you get into possibly a physical altercation with somebody else. Oftentimes, police officers will just issue it as a Class C misdemeanor, disorderly conduct. Or let's say you cause damage, minor damage to somebody's property, they'll charge you with what's called criminal mischief. Or let's say you're at a bar and an altercation happens. You get into a physical fight with somebody there. A lot of times you'll see get charged Class C public intoxication. Now, Class C, a lot of people think, okay, it's not that serious if I just go to the court, handle it myself, just pay a fine. Yeah, you can do that, but I don't recommend that because you don't want those types of offenses to be on your record. And if you hire my office, I will make sure that at the very worst case scenario, assuming I can't fight the case in court, I can't get it dismissed because of a technicality or because a witness recants or there's lack of corroboration by other witnesses. If I can't get it dismissed at the trial, I will at the very least get it to where the clients, it's not going to be on their permanent record. Because that, like I said, if you apply for a job, especially with the government, they are not going to, it's likely that they won't want to hire somebody who has a record for disorderly conduct or, let's say, a public intox. They might unfairly assume, okay, this person may be a drinker. We may have problems with liability down the road. If they get into a fight with somebody else, they could sue the company, especially if they're on duty for us. They may not want to take that chance. And so it's highly recommended that you contact my office so that those types of offenses won't be on your record.
Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's good to know because I remember I got an animal vaccination. Do you cover things like that as well?
Sure,
the animal control tickets?
We do those all the time. Or if you don't confine your animal, let's say, one of your neighbor calls because your dog is jumping over the fence and going into the neighbor's property. Oftentimes they'll call the police. They'll send their specialized unit that handles with strictly dogs, cats. They'll find out who the owner is, and a lot of times they'll cite the owner. They'll check. They have microchip readers. They'll see if the animal's doesn't have a microchip, which is also a city ordinance that you have to have all your animals microchipped. Oftentimes, unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that. the means or financial means to do that, and so they'll get a citation for that. And so we get those all the time, and I fight them as well. I look for technicalities in the case. I look for inconsistencies by any of the witnesses. I demand strict proof from the officers. I'm going to ask for discovery. I'm going to ask for video camera footage. These officers have what's called body cameras. Actually, they wear them on their suits. I'm going to ask for that. I'm going to ask for audio as well. They have recording devices that all the officers wear. I'm going to listen to those because I want to see if what the officer puts in his report is the same as what actually happened at the time of the incident. If there's inconsistencies in that, I can question the officers and challenge them on that. So we do those quite often, David.
It's nice to know. I also notice it looks like, I think you've been doing this before, but I noticed you kind of updated your website. You do occupational licenses, right?
Yes, we do. And those are actually pretty common, even though the state of Texas stopped applying surcharges. They used to have a point system where people were getting their licenses automatically suspended after a certain amount of tickets. The state of Texas is still suspending licenses, however. Let's say you get a citation and you're found guilty for not having motor vehicle insurance. The DPS will automatically suspend your license for that. And what happens is if you try to get a job with an employer, they're going to want to make sure and verify that you have the ability to drive. You may be employed in a situation where you don't actually have to drive for your company that you may be working for, but at the very least, they're going to expect you to have some sort of valid license that allows you to drive to their place of business. And so you got to make sure that you have at the very least what's called an occupational license, which lets whoever owns an occupational license, it gives them the ability to drive legally for purposes of work, for school, if you're attending a undergraduate program or graduate program for whatever reasons, or if you need to drive a car to take somebody who's sick for medical treatment. The occupational license allows you to do that legally, because otherwise, if you get pulled over and let's say you're driving with a suspended license, the officer can technically arrest you. They can sometimes what I've seen them do is they will prohibit you from driving the vehicle at that point. So they'll either make you call somebody who's a valid licensed driver to come and retrieve your vehicle for you, or you'll have to call a tow truck, and you're looking at hundreds of dollars in expense, having to maybe possibly bother a loved one, and you'll be basically stranded on the street. The officer won't let you drive anymore at that point. So it's essential that you have some ability to prove to the officer that you're legally entitled to drive.
Well, that's pretty interesting. So, do you get a lot of those here in El Paso as an occupational driver's license lawyer? Do you see a pretty high number?
Yeah, we do.
What are the reasons for their license of it? Like, what's the most common reason for a license suspension that you see?
Well, the two most common reasons that I see is here in El Paso. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who drive while intoxicated. And so what happens is if, let's say you decide to blow a breathalyzer, or you fail what's called a standard field sobriety test, and you're charged with driving while intoxicated, the DPS will automatically suspend your license for a year. Even though you haven't actually been convicted of the driving while intoxicated, your license automatically gets suspended. And so what I can do for you is I can get you an occupational license in the meantime while your case is still pending, so that you're allowed to still legally drive to work, take care of whatever essential needs you need to do, and be legal on the street while you're fighting this driving while intoxicated charge.
Got you. Okay.
And the other reason that we see a lot of people get their licenses suspended for is they still have surcharges that they owe to the state. And so what the state does, in order to recoup any monies that are still owed, they will go ahead and also suspend your license. They'll suspend your license if you have multiple citations. They'll suspend your license if you get convicted for driving without insurance on your car. You will also, it can trigger a license suspension. And I can get you an occupational license for those offenses as well. And we can get them for you pretty quickly. I would say on average, from the time that you contact and hire my office, we can get you an occupational license within 2 to 3 business days.
That's pretty good. Well, Robert, thank you so much. This has been very informative. This is El Paso Traffic Ticket Firm, attorney Robert Navar, located at 11860 Vista del Sol, El Paso, Texas 79936. The phone number is 915-503-1600, and the website is elpasotrafficticket.com. Give them a visit if you need help with a traffic ticket, a warrant, or an occupational driver's license. Robert, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.